Hello, my name is Anissa Balloon, and today I'm back with another YouTube video. Y'all, I sound terrible because I got a cold or something. But, it's 2020. Okay, this year, I'm gonna be on schedule for real. I know I've been going for 3 weeks, but I'm gonna be on schedule for real this year. For real. But, y'all, the case I chose today, I literally just found about this case today. Usually, the cases that I pick, I did know the case for like a year or some months or so. But I just found this case today. I had another case in mind, but I feel like a whole lot of people know that case already that I was gonna do. And it's the, I might still do it, but I might not do it on my YouTube channel. I might do it on my podcast. But the Icebox murders, I heard about that case like a long time ago. And I was gonna do it, but I was like, that case been known or whatever. But this case, I chose this case because, I don't know, it's really interesting. And, I mean, all my cases interesting, but this case, I never heard of this case until literally today, like 4 hours ago. But I found out about this case on... Did I find out about it on Facebook? Yeah, I'm in so many true crime groups on Facebook. So that's why I be finding like... that's not why we find out all my cases. But I be hearing about some good cases on there. And that's where I'm ready to start getting some of my ideas from. But the case I chose today is the Dorothy Scott case. If y'all heard about this case, y'all know. But I just heard about this case today. So, let's get into it. Dorothy was a 32-year-old single mom of a 4-year-old son named Sean. She had a normal life, like she went to work. She was a secretary, I think. She was a secretary, and like she had a really normal life until she started getting like these phone calls from a man, and he'll call her and he'll threaten her, and he'll say he's watching her and stuff, and then when he get her alone, he's gonna kill her and chop her body up so then nobody will find her. And one day she got a call, and he told her to go look outside, and it was a gift outside. And on her windshield of her car, it was a dead rose. I don't know why they zooming past my house like that, but it was a dead rose on her car, and she was really scared because y'all, a random person just calling you, and they saying like all this sick stuff to you, like it was just crazy. So she was scared or whatever, and she felt like she knew who the person was, but she never told anybody. Like she never told anybody that she might have knew who the person was. So on May 28th, 1980, she was at a meeting with her co-workers or whatever, and in the meeting she looked at another co-worker, and he looked sick. Like he looked real sick, and he had a red mark that looked bad on his arm. So she knew he needed medical attention. So she took, his name was Conrad, and she took him, her and another co-worker, Pam, took him to the hospital. And while he was getting they were seeing what's wrong with him, they sat in the waiting room and kind of find out he got bit by y'all, this is not working. This sickness, it gotta go. Okay, but he they waited in the lobby for him, and then when he got discharged, she offered to go pull the car around. So Pam and Conrad waited for Dorothy or whatever. They waited for a few minutes and she still haven't came around. So, and she still haven't came around. So then they got the idea. They was like, okay, we're gonna go out to the parking lot and look. So Conrad and Pam went out, and Dorothy's car was speeding towards them with the high beams on, like, high. So they couldn't see who was driving the car, and the car just pulled out of the parking lot and left. So they didn't hear from Dorothy at all. So after a few hours, I guess they made it home and they called Dorothy's parents, and it was like, have you heard from Dorothy or whatever? Have she came to pick up her son? Because the parents babysat Sean, Dorothy's son, while she was at work or whatever. So they was like, no, she still haven't came to pick up Sean or whatever. And so they filed a missing person report. So the next morning, Dorothy's car was found in the alley in Santa Ana on fire. And there was really nothing else until like a week later. So a week later, the same man called Dorothy's mom and was like, "Are you kin of Dorothy Scott?" And the mom was like, "Yeah, I'm kin of her." And then he was like, "Well, I got her," and he hung up. So then, I'm pretty sure they told the police what just happened, and the police told Dorothy's parents not to say anything, like, don't go to the newspapers or the news, anything about the disappearance or anything that's happening, because if we find somebody that's doing this, they won't have details from the newspaper or whatever. I don't know. But a week later, the parents haven't, like, nothing was getting done. So they called the registered newspaper in Santa Ana, who, and they told them the story, and they ran the story and about Dorothy's disappearance. And the same morning the story ran, they got a call. Well, the editor got a call. The editor was named Pat. He got a call, and the caller said to Pat, "I killed her. I killed Dorothy Scott. She was my love. I caught her cheating with another man. She denied having someone else. I killed her." The person, the person on the phone was like telling him all this stuff, and I'm pretty sure this was the same person that was calling the mom, that was calling Dorothy, and he was crying, like, saying this stuff to Pat, and he was telling Pat, like, a lot more stuff. Like, he knew everything. Like, he knew what she was wearing that night at that hospital when, I guess it was him driving the car. He knew why she was at the hospital for. Like, he knew everything. Like, he was following her. Like, it was crazy. So, so then they was like, cause he was like, he loved her, whatever. She was cheating and all that stuff. He said, so I guess they was thinking that it was Sean's dad. So they looked to Sean's dad, and he had an alibi, and he was in Missouri the day of all this stuff happening, the disappearance. And so they really didn't have anything else to go by, because there really wasn't really any evidence in this case, I don't think, because they came out the hospital. I'm pretty sure she walked out. He was probably standing by her car, and he probably put her in the car and drove off with her, so there wasn't really any evidence. So they went to the co-workers and started talking to like different co-workers, and they couldn't really think of anything because she didn't really talk to anybody else but her coworkers. Like she didn't have to talk to like customers like that, and there was nothing really there. So on August 6th, 1984, a construction worker discovered some skeletal remains that were buried in Santa Ana Canyon Road. The remains was first seen like as dog remains because it was a dog. Like on top was a dog, and then under it was human remains that was like charred. So I get the person that did that. I guess they was trying to like throw it off, cause maybe somebody was thinking like, okay, somebody buried their dog, but then they kept on digging, and then they seen the body, and then they found a turquoise ring watch that that was they identified the body as Dorothy's, and it was her ring and it was her watch. So I guess the dog was trying to like not the dog was trying to, but the person was trying to get like the dog to throw off the case. But her mom said that the watch had stopped at 12:30 a.m. on May 29th, an hour after like the stuff, like an hour after the hospital thing that happened. So that means he kidnapped her. I'm not saying that mean, but he probably did because he kidnapped her in most my that probably was the time that she passed because the watch and she was burnt. So she probably had it on and he probably burnt her. But the autopsy, like they couldn't find her cause of death because it was just bones. So when the news got out, like we was on the news or whatever, and they got a call from the man. It was the last call. It was the last time he called her, and he was like, "Is Dorothy home?" And then hung up. And the case is unsolved. So I'm gonna tell you what I feel about this case. I feel like the person in this case is close, like somebody close in the. I'm not saying they gotta be a family member, but it's like a family friend. Probably somebody that she grew up with, maybe, because how would they know to do this? How this stuff all set up that quick? Like from them knowing about the newspaper and hurry up and calling it the same morning that it get released. Like either the parents, like it had to be somebody real close, like a family friend, probably somebody who was in the family overheard or something, and they probably heard it and called and said all that stuff. But I feel like it had to be a family friend. Because who else, like, they had the mom number. Oh, there was no phone books back then. But they're looking at the mom numbers. They're looking up the Dorothy's number. Then they looking up the newspaper number. I still feel like it's somebody that's close. Or it could be a coworker and they just missing it. Like missing the coworker or something. At first, I thought it was going to be... Oh, when I first like started reading on it, I thought it was going to be like a coworker, because that sound like, it kind of sounds like the mainline murder, but it's not. But I did the mainline murder, but you know the teacher was murdered by a coworker and a principal. I feel like it could be it's somebody close. It has to be somebody close, because I don't know, it had to be somebody close. We're real close. And if it wasn't close to the parents, maybe the parents didn't know, but it had to be somebody close to Dorothy for them to just know, like, do like step up, like it was just. Let me think. I feel like it could be a coworker, or it could be but then again, it can't be a family friend because they didn't know when they called the parents, it was like, um, or you kin to her. So I feel like it could be like a coworker or like a friend of a friend. Like she could have went out with somebody and then met a person, and then they could have did something like that. They probably got obsessed with her. But yeah, this is that. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I'll be back and I'm gonna be on schedule. And I hope y'all had a great year. It is New Year's today. And I'm going to be on schedule. I'm going to try to get on schedule for y'all so I can upload as much as I can. I really can't believe I've been on YouTube for a year and still ain't got on schedule yet, but I'm going to get on schedule one day. So like, comment, subscribe. Oh, and I did upload, even though I didn't upload on my shoot. Even though I didn't upload on YouTube, I upload on my podcast. I upload the Springfield 3 case on my podcast. So if y'all want to go check that out, it's on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, I guess is what it's called. Spotify, not Spotify. Is it Spotify? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's on every podcast that you think of. But Anissa_True Crime. It will be here once I edit the video. But it's going to be here. It's going to be in the description. And if you go check out my Instagram, you will see, I don't know, it's just my true crime Instagram. So I post, like, cases that I did on my YouTube channel. I post cases that I did on my podcast. And I just post random cases. So y'all can just hit me up on there and tell me some cases y'all want to hear. If y'all want to hear serial killers, y'all can just text me and I'll write it down. So thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know I like comments, so see y'all.